King's Radio.
King's Radio, I go by the name Kinglamar, and I've got a special guest in the building. But before I introduce you all to my special guest, quick, let me tell you all about my sponsors because I wouldn't be here, I would not be here if not for them. So if you know you want to build a house, I'm talking any kind of house, classic house, modern house, Baku house, Pasha house, brick house, all kind of crib, mud house. Depending on the swag that you want, contact Funks Constructions Limited. So back to my show, back to my city, back to my angle. I'm here with one of the best rappers to ever do it in this side of the country. But I think after this album or this EP, after he's done, pushing up this EP, he should be one of the greatest to ever do it in the whole nation as a whole. He's a rapper, he's a songwriter, he's a record label executive, he's an entrepreneur. I give you Kelmoney, ladies and gentlemen. Shout, whoa, we love you, we love you.
Yo, what up? It's your favorite boy, Kelmoney, Young Kobe, and I'm in the building. I know it's Mula music all day, every day.
I'm supposed to be like, I love you. Sign my autograph. You have one of the
Please
best.
Don't go DJ on me.
You have one of the best EP to ever come out from this side of the country.
For real.
I'm giving you your flowers, not because you're sitting here. It's because it's the right thing to do. Listening to your EP, which is actually tagged The Rebirth of Greatness, it gave me hope, for the hip hop culture, for your EP to come out the way it did and to sound the way it did and the delivery, it's actually some sort of hope for me. Okay, yeah, this side of the country we still have people repping the culture on 100 because a lot of persons are switching. I could tell you about let's say Young Boss as a whole. I'm just trying to analyze, a couple of things. Yeah, Young Boss was I would say what I'm still one of his fans, if not like his number one fan. As of when Young Boss was Young Boss, I'll tell you that he was actually the best rappers to ever do it.
Yeah, one of the best to ever do it.
Yeah,
from this part of
one of the best to ever.
real.
I would say the best as of that point in time.
Yeah, he was doing. He was kicking it real good.
And listening to Young Boss lately, it's actually I'm like, what's going on here? And I found out he was or he's actually working with a group of folks like Satel band. So shout out to Satel, team Satel also.
Doing that thing.
But that wasn't what I knew Young Boss to be.
Maybe you expected
I was shocked.
more than that, right?
Yeah, him dropping a wiggery, like converting the whole thing to trying to put rap and wiggery beats and all that was actually unique.
Yeah.
That
the experimentation.
yeah, that could have actually inspired me to write a book about hip hop and wiggery. But
he's doing a nice work there. But the thing is, we expect Young Boss to do our thing, right?
Yeah, word, bro. I'm expecting Young Boss to be Young Boss.
Yeah,
like
real.
Give me that punchline. Give me all those kind of delivery. But shout out to Young Boss. Yeah, he's doing what he knows he can. Now let's get back to you. How was it like putting this album together? How was it like putting this EP? It's actually and you have like one of the finest artists to ever do it in this side of the country.
Yeah, for real, man. We put in a lot of work to that project, for real.
Yeah.
Because when I started recording the whole project, I never thought I would have all of these persons on the project, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as time progresses, I felt like, okay, I just don't want to rap. I want to make music. Mm-hmm. I've been off the scene for a while. So if I'm coming back to put out the project, it should say something. It should make a noise. Like, okay, this Kelmoney is back for real.
Right.
So okay. So while we were working on the project, I made sure I ticked every dot.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I made a mistake in putting any of these rappers on the project.
Okay.
Because on all the records, it's the record they fit in very well that I had to put them.
Yeah.
So shout out to Mr. Nate, my project supervisor.
Okay.
Like I always tell people, You don't need a lot of persons to believe in you. You just need that just one person. I would say, Kelmoney, yeah, you are the guy. Let's do this. I actually met him online. Like we started talking online. Though our NGU days, he knew me in campus, but we were not talking. We started chatting online in 2015.
Yeah.
And Mr. Nate is the person I talk to most in my life. You understand? So
Yeah.
we've been working on the Kelmoney project from 2015 with Mr. Nate. That's been from 2015.
Okay.
So he gave me the vision for this new project.
Mhm.
He said, "This is it. This is where I want us to go.
Mhm.
The rebirth of greatness. Shine on."
Okay. So you have Payper Corleone. I'm going to talk about other, you know, artists you have, the EP, but Payper Corleone. I think that Payper Corleone is like the biggest
Yeah, it's the biggest
in this side of the
export.
country.
It's the biggest
I'm not,
export.
yeah. And to have him on the joint right now, it should cost a lot of bucks and all that,
Yeah, it will
But
cost
so
a lot
a
of
lot of
bucks,
bucks,
man. Because to have Pepper Corleone is big time right now.
and I think a lot of how am I going miscellaneous
Expenses. Yeah,
expenses,
you go and
should
put that
cover
into
it. So
consideration.
how were you able to put him on the EP?
Yeah, I think it's based on relationship. We
Okay.
go way back, you understand, from our NGA days.
Yeah.
And based on the fact that he came from my era and we've been doing this thing for some time before it became big time. So during the time I started recording the project, he was around. He was working on his own project too.
Okay.
So I had to just okay. I told him we are chatting. He saw my studio sessions and he chatted me up and he was happy that I'm doing my thing.
Okay.
I had to tell him, man, I need that Don verse right now. What do you think? It was like, say no more. So we got together and I did my own part. Then I sent him the song and he did his thing. Although it took him a while to come up to send me my verse. You understand? It took him a while to send me my verse because he was actually working on his own project at the time.
Okay.
But like
Yeah.
I said,
Yeah.
relationship. So he did his thing for me. So shout out to Payper Corleone.
One of the biggest to ever do it in this side of the world. Now let's talk about Elvidal. You have Elvidal in one of the joints too. Elvidal as we I would say we expected a lot from El,
Yeah.
a lot. And to me, I've been involved in conversations that has to do with the music scene in
Yeah.
Bayelsa State, and people will say they expected Elvidal to be bigger than he is currently. I'm not saying he's not doing his thing,
Yeah.
but that people expected Elvidal to be like one of the biggest to ever come out in the side of the country, and having
Yeah.
him in your joints, like in your EP, currently is actually that was a dope song. That was a
Yeah,
fly
for real,
song.
man.
So how you having him in your joint at that point in time, knowing the fact that okay, this Elvidal is not as do you feel like it's a way of putting him back in the picture or giving him some sort of motivation? It's been a while he dropped the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the last time he dropped the song should be did he drop a project like this year?
He
I
has
don't think
never
so.
dropped a
Yeah,
project,
so yeah,
but I think he dropped a single early
this year.
this year that did not really make noise. It did not
Oh,
really
okay.
make a loud noise. You
So
understand?
putting
It's
him
a single.
putting him in one of your joints, is that a way of trying to bring him back to the limelight and all that?
I don't think it's a way of bringing him back because, like I said, we've actually worked on these songs before now.
Okay.
You understand? Maybe it will help motivate him.
Yeah.
Since it dropped now, it will
Mhm.
help motivate him because I think he, to some persons,
Yeah.
that's like the best song on the project.
Okay.
The one with Curious and Elvidal was
Yeah.
the best song on the project because I was very vulnerable on that joint. You
Yeah.
understand? So I think Elvidal, so many persons, is
Mhm.
the most commercially accepted rapper in the house
Mhm.
because you see him everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Word.
Almost all events,
Yeah.
you see him as the rapper there.
Yeah.
So he's had his own successes.
Okay.
So maybe he's not consistent putting out projects, right?
Mhm.
And singles. But I
Yeah.
think for a rapper of that caliber to
Yeah.
be on that A-list level, I think it's not about me motivating.
Okay.
It's like, let's get a record done, and we did a good job on the record.
Okay.
If it motivates him to start putting out projects, no problem.
Okay.
But for me, I just did my job. That's what's up.
Do you think Curious is better than Lil Tush?
I don't know. I don't think I've really listened to Lil Twitch the way I've listened to Curious.
Okay.
But I know they both artists, right?
Yeah.
But maybe because I Curious is more open
Okay.
to we in the entertainment scene than the Lil Tush guy.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't really know. But
Okay.
if I'm to choose among the both of them, I will go with the one I have a relationship
So
with,
you're
right?
saying you're saying you had Curious in one of your joints because he was more open in terms of reaching out to an artist.
Yeah, for real.
But right now you do not have a response on who is better, either
Yeah.
Curious or Lil
No, I
Tush.
can't say the next one. These are both two gifted, beautiful artists. You understand?
Yeah.
And they're doing their thing.
Okay.
Shout out to them. So I can't just start saying they are both gifted.
Mhm. Killer. I'm talking King Killer right now.
Yeah.
I think he dropped a project earlier this year,
Late last year.
late last year.
Yeah, that's like November.
Okay, and that was actually a
That was
very
the
good.
best, the
Yeah,
best rap project last year.
yeah, that was actually, and I think as of that time, that was the only rap project.
For real.
Yeah, he took his
Dope
time.
project.
Yeah, dope project. So, and right now you have him in one of your joints.
Yeah.
Did you ever get a call like you? Why you allow Killer to treat you like this in your song?
Killer is my brother, man.
So it was never a thing of look, your verse is way more
No,
better.
no,
I need to
no,
go
no.
back
I,
and get my
I,
vibe.
I always want the Killer in the studio with me.
Word.
If tomorrow I want to do a rap album,
Mhm.
you give me Killer, you
Mhm.
give me a producer, and I'm good.
Word. Word. So Rebirth of Greatness exclusively on Audio Map, right?
Yeah.
Go put the numbers up. Now, let's talk about the scene, the whole entertainment scene. What do you think? But because some persons feel like there's too much politics going on in the entertainment scene. Like they feel like the government is putting money where they're not supposed to put money when it comes to entertainment, or you feel me. And being in this side of the country, there's no and nobody wants to look at you coming out to tell I need you being a sponsor for my show. Nobody wants to hear that. So if you do not have the money as a show promoter, if you do not have the money to put out whatever you want to put out, you should just shut your mouth. Yeah. But words are out on the streets. So like they're saying the government, in one way or the other, usually puts money out,
Okay.
and some persons will sideline it. And I was, trying to do my job, trying to get more content for, to put out there. I was able to dig deep. And we're talking about, I was able to contact a couple of persons, and a source told me that there was this amount of money that was given to Jeff Rhino to pay this artist after the whole.
Really?
Yeah,
Jeff Ryan.
exactly.
Okay.
And I was able to figure out a campaign, or I don't really know. I don't know how they went about the whole thing, and they were actually paid a
Okay.
good amount of money.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, Jeff Rhino paid them 15K each.
Okay.
So it got me asking if we on our own side, and not willing to, if we are not willing to, push one another to see how far we can go with this whole entertainment thing, music and all that, how would the government help us survive it?
Well, when you talk about that 15K thing, I think it's not related to music.
Okay.
Maybe they were doing their PDP entertainers forum thing.
Okay, so there's actually a PDP entertainment forum,
Entertainers forum.
entertainer
Yeah. Yeah.
forum. Okay.
So during the election,
Hmm.
there was a forum like that.
Yeah.
So maybe they went for their campaigns, maybe from some of their performers that paid that money.
15K each.
Although it's little,
Yeah.
but I think since it's a campaign thing,
Hmm.
and since you guys, the guys that are involved, decided to belittle, I will use the word belittle because 10,000 naira performance on a
Hmm.
government platform,
Yeah.
no, nah, doesn't make sense.
So do you
for
think
an artist.
there is some sort of sidelining?
No, I don't think so. I don't think there is some sort of sidelining.
Okay.
Maybe the money that was budgeted for that cause was not big. You get me?
Mm.
So whoever is cutting
Yeah.
will still do this normal slashing thing
I
they do
think
here.
my source said a huge amount of money was given to him.
Okay.
Right. So at least they were actually expecting some, some certain amounts.
So
Even if
now
most definitely they're supposed to
what
maybe cut
what I
the
want to understand here
yeah,
is it the money given to Jeff Rhino?
yeah.
Is it for to boost entertainment growth in the state, being the SC
I
on
think it's actually
entertainment,
how do you
or they went for a campaign
yeah,
and the money they were giving to demobilize them?
yeah, exactly.
Is that the money we are talking
Yeah,
about?
exactly.
The money
Yeah.
given to demobilize them.
Yeah.
Now let me tell you something for real.
Mm.
The real thing about these campaigns.
Mm.
When you go for campaign,
Mhm.
you are going to support the government for the
Okay.
campaigns, right?
Yeah.
So if they are demobilizing you,
Mhm.
they are not paying you per say it's because you're an artist we are giving you so amount of
So what are they
money.
doing? What are they
Or
doing?
maybe
Mhm.
that money
Mhm.
was given to the PDP Entertainers Forum to demobilize them.
Okay.
And Jeff Rhino, being the SC on entertainment,
Yeah.
is the head nigger in charge there.
So why do we have PDP entertainers forum and we still have P-Man too?
Okay. The PMAN
Yeah.
is an entertainment body, right?
Yeah.
For musicians.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's political, we understand.
Yeah.
Because if you are not a part of that clique
Mm-hmm.
or part of the PMAN, if there, for instance, if there is a show
Mm-hmm.
somewhere
Mm-hmm.
and the PMAN gets involved, they will probably bring in the artists that they recognize among them to perform. Politics is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. So in that case, it's not about you being it's not about being something of merit,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's about now our people be this way we know where they work out this work out with us.
Yeah.
So now them will go put for front.
Okay.
So you understand that's the problem of the politics we are having here.
Mm-hmm.
So the entertainment scene in Bayelsa State is not about merit anymore, it's political.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have forums like PDP Entertainment Forum, APC Entertainers Forum. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know. Everybody is not the same. But I won't blame people. See, hungry if you catch you reach one point there, you go forget your sense of reasoning. You understand?
Mm.
So you are being pressured to a point where, but okay, it's like now because I need to follow for this cartel. Now I make I need to get show they perform. I beg make I go to join this PDP entertainers forum as I they follow them, they go carry me along. So that's where you see these things happening. I've been invited to these platforms too, but it does not resonate with my kind of person.
Okay, if I'll get like if I was actually following up the right way, let's say I used to I used to see Jeff Rhino. I think he was the leader. He was one of the leaders of PMAN then.
Yeah.
So how are you living now? I'm trying to analyze the whole thing. I'm trying to get to a point why I think we're not growing. How are you living? How are you living PMAN and creating another forum for PDP?
Now,
Fine. An artist can support anybody
yes,
as long as you know what you want. If you see a vision in any politician, it's okay to support, But a wise artist, a wise musician, it's almost like how am I going to say this? It's by luck to support one person and make it all through the rest of your life
yeah,
as a wise artist. You think Bonner doesn't know who he wants to support? You
okay,
think Whiskey doesn't know who he wants to support? You think Bado does? Okay, it's yeah, it's there that okay, Bado is actually an APC supporter. But now, if you check your plus and your minus in one or two ways, it's actually restricted in some angles of PDP. Are we communicating? So, to me, I feel like we are also we don't have an industry in Bayelsa State. We're just trying to couple up on everything. So
Couple of
it's wrong.
entertainers trying to do
It's
something for
wrong
themselves.
as a sensible person, if you're open, if you're learned, if you know the business as an artist, because I believe as an artist you need to understand the show business.
Yeah.
So if you know the business, you ought not to be there either under, especially when you never blew.
Yeah, for real.
You ought not to be under PDP or under APC. Why don't you just allow the forum be? If as the best singer or the best rapper or the best Uyghur artist in the whole Yenagoa, your papa or your mama or your relation is actually coming out for something, you choose to support, like David is supporting,
Yeah.
like David is supporting,
Commendable.
then it's fine.
Yeah.
How are we growing when you stop the official thing of the whole nation? You bypass the official thing of the whole nation and you're taking it to a forum because you think you have things to benefit.
Now the thing is, I think most of the guys here don't think longevity.
Word.
Because if you are thinking longevity, going to entangle yourself with one platform, a political platform, I don't think it's the best thing to do as an artist coming up. You should just focus on the music, wherever the music takes you. If you are being called to perform on these platforms, it's for you to decide if you want to. It's business for you. Okay, I'm being paid to come and entertain on this platform. It's different from you entangling yourself, creating a forum to go and rally support and campaigning for a candidate. Fine, maybe some of them, maybe they have political aspirations. Fine for them. But for me, it doesn't resonate with my person. So I don't want to be found in such gatherings.
Okay, now fine. Look, we have these artists under the forum, right?
Okay.
And if I'm getting it right, Jeff Rhino is the one spearheading the whole thing.
Okay, the PDP entertainers.
Yeah.
It was the SSA, or is it still the SSA?
Okay, as an artist or as the leader of the, because there's something I'm still trying to get this whole thing right.
Okay, are we trying to score him based on his performance?
Yeah, I'm
far in his time as SSA on entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay, the only thing I would say, I'm not impressed.
Okay.
With the situation of things in the entertainment scene, right?
Okay.
So maybe he has a lot of work to do, for real. Because the only thing, if I can remember, that maybe he has done so far, I think is the appointments they gave to some entertainers under the PDP entertainers for during the last election.
Okay.
Yeah, which lasted for 6 months.
So what's the plan now? Okay, appointing these old people is one thing. That's kudos. Okay, fine. But so is there any form of blueprint to to grow the entertainment?
That's not part of entertainment. You see
that
these guys are started playing politics. They are not doing. It's not music anymore.
Okay,
seriously.
Okay, first, if I'm to analyze the whole thing, it is wrong for a state.
Why will you appoint musicians?
Word. That's what I'm trying to get.
Why are you appointing
now,
musicians?
Is it there as an artist, or is there as an official, or as a show promoter, or as a show organizer, or as a record label executive? Which of them?
Now, are you aware that the persons in charge of our entertainment are comedians and stand-up MCs?
Okay.
Yeah, comedians. They know little about entertainment in terms of music, as long as I'm concerned. You get me? So, because if they know enough, we won't be here. And they've had this appointment for years. Now, the only thing maybe some persons can boast of is maybe there are some few small government shows that these same guys coordinate. When they do it, maybe they just share 50,000 to some cartel artists, the people they recognize, and they give them.
All right.
Now, the artist cannot go back to the studio to record another song because that 50,000 na for him to chop at that moment.
But
So all I'm trying to say is we don't think longevity here.
so the system is actually corrupted based on politics.
Yeah, it's a political system.
Okay, now fine. Why, if we still want to boil down, like if we're still trying to land somewhere, if the if the system is actually messed up based on it being political, what's the safest way out? What's the plan? What do you think these people should do to enable their career get to an edge?
This is it. In Bayelsa,
Mhm.
we don't have music lovers. Let me be sincere with you. They don't listen to our music. Still a bunch of people come on Facebook to just talk, and talk down on our talent.
Mhm.
They don't listen to our music. You see a young artist coming up and you start comparing him to Davido and Whiskey. Come on, for crying out loud. We are in our infant stage here. Now the thing is, if show promoters, if we have music lovers, yeah, and maybe we have industries and we have investors here that promotes music and all of that. Maybe when we can be able to regulate our music, an artist can put out a song, it's eating and he gets invited for his shows, getting endorsement deals here and there, and he can take care of himself. He would not need to go and be following one politician. You understand me? To survive. So, you don't, as an artist, you are not a politician. You are a musician, you are an entertainer. What you do is make sure there are venues that they should be paying artists good money.
Yeah.
Let there be investors.
Yeah.
But our culture here is political. We don't have that culture of even growing and helping people.
Okay. Do you know what I think? Like when it comes to helping the system grow,
Okay.
I feel like we need to understand where we are coming from for us to know where we're going to. Why? Because first, we are in a state where, like you said, there are no music lovers.
No, there's no music.
And what we need to do is to understand the fact, or understand a way, or figure out a way how we can make them music lovers. Fine. If you go to PH, River State, they have their own sound. Are we communicating? I believe one or two persons have been able to understand the sound Bayelsans want.
Okay, what's our sound?
So
Do you understand?
I think it's
Do we have
we've had several successful songs like Jovino Gwaja,
Yeah.
Jawanda's whatever, a couple of songs, and Wazi's mobile phone.
Yeah.
Who else? This other boy Starblings, I did on things. So they were
Yeah.
able to figure out the
Yeah.
But let's talk about the EP. All right, you have couple of rappers. You have Arita, or what's her name?
Arite.
Arita.
Yeah.
Arita is she's a powerful vocalist, and it's Rebirth of Greatness. So how were you able to couple up this EP, and how did the name Rebirth of Greatness come around?
It was inspired by my friend, my brother, Mr. Nate.
Yeah.
What of greatness! Like it was as if it was as if I was dead at the time.
Okay.
I wasn't doing anything musical. Saw the light, and it was like, this is the direction I want to. You don't need to do me. You need to know that you are Kelmoney.
Yeah.
So it was a rebirth for me to actually get back on my feet, start making music.
So do you think you will be putting out a concert or listening party for this?
So we thinking towards that direction.
Okay.
Yeah, because we can't put out a dope body of work like this and not give the audience what they're looking for. Because they need to see me perform all of these amazing songs.
Are you expecting? You've been doing a couple of visualizers. We've been seeing clips, content, and all that. So, are we expecting a video, for an official video for anyone?
We're thinking towards that direction.
All right. Let's talk about you being an executive. Like I believe you're currently sponsoring your own
Yeah.
under
Mula music.
Mula Music. How is it? How is it like? putting up this front together, trying to push a project, knowing the fact that okay, we are in this side of the country that
Yeah,
has to do with
you
North
might
and
not get back
Area
what
and
you
all
are
that.
putting in.
Yeah. So how's it like? How's it been so far?
No, if you want something to be done, you just go do it yourself, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I can't just sit in my house and show the world my greatness.
Mhm.
So I have to go out there and put that greatness out, right?
Yeah.
So it's just about me pushing a vision and so much believing.
Yeah.
You understand? So being Mula Music is a brand, you know.
Okay.
It was founded in 2013.
All right. Rebirth of Greatness, exclusively on Audio Mac.
Yeah.
Right. It's a wonderful piece of work, the EP. Do you think your EP is much more better than Corleone's In Done We Trust?
Can't say that.
Can't say that.
Yeah.
Why?
Corleone is a dope artist, man. A rapper of that caliber. So they are both two different projects. You understand?
I feel like
Different
I
message.
feel like that wasn't 100% Corleone, that album. I feel like that was in the rap masterpiece. I actually expected something from. I felt more of
Okay, we are you
him being
expecting a
commercial.
mixtape
No, I wasn't
Corleone?
expecting a mixtape. I was expecting an album that has to be Corleone,
Okay.
not an album that has to be Corleone wanting to please
No, he was
people.
not wanting to please anybody. I want to correct the
Yeah.
impression. You know? The Nigerian music scene, we are not in America.
Yeah.
Corleone is a Nigerian.
Okay.
Just like you are giving the market what the market wants. It's not he trying to change or switch.
Exactly what I said. It's actually trying to please people. And before I forget, I noticed you have Young Boss in your EP, Curies, Paper, King Killer, Elvidal, Funny the Rap Kid, Jimmy the Rap Kid, Arete. But these are wonderful artists. But there is no Arena Black. As long as it has to do with a rap album,
Okay.
that's a, like I said, you have dope body work.
Yeah.
But Arena Black is not involved in that album. Why? Is there some you didn't pick up the song? The song couldn't make it to
Okay,
the EP or what?
maybe that part of Arena Black, I think, is wrong timing. It was a wrong timing
Okay.
because there were artists that I sent records to and they did not return back the record, right?
Okay.
Because of the wrong timing to find ourselves.
Okay.
Maybe who knows? Those artists might not be in the right frame of mind at the time.
Okay.
I sent the records.
Okay. All right. So Arena Black and your collaboration was actually, the wrong timing. So that was why I couldn't make it to your
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
So there is no such of there's no beef, there's nothing going
Nah,
on.
no beef.
Because the last time I checked, Arena Black was actually beefing with the whole industry. And it was actually a fun thing. But that's a story for another day. So I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to put you on this seat right now. Yeah, you're on my seat. But I'm going to put you on some other segment of my seat.
Okay.
Right. And there's a way you either answer the question, pick one, or and get something from us. Or jump the question and you drop something for us. That's the segment.
Okay.
This. You have to pick one person.
Okay.
Okay? Now, King Killer, like I said, one of the best rappers to ever do it in this side of the country, or Corleone.
Hey, problem. Oh boy, voila.
So, King Killer or Corleone?
Why are you asking me this question?
You have to, like I said, you if you give us one, you're actually gonna get us. Yeah, you're actually gonna get something from us. But if you cannot, definitely take something. Probably take your nice looking jacket, or or the shoes, or the Air Force Ones. Let's go King Killer
Okay,
or Corleone.
why am I picking? In what why are we picking these persons?
Why
There
are
should
we
be a
picking?
criteria.
You're picking this because you ought to pick one person. There's nothing like it's this side of the show. It's the segment of the show. You just can't tell me how to run my show. So you have to pick one person, or you give me something. King Killer or Corleone?
I want to tell you something. No, nah, you are telling me to choose among my brothers.
Okay,
nah.
okay.
These are my brothers.
Tell me something.
So we can't choose among them. These guys are both special in their different ways.
Okay.
Yeah, they are both great. You understand?
Mm.
So you are telling me to pick this, to pick,
Or pick one, yeah.
or pick this other one. No,
Yeah.
it doesn't work like that in our setting.
Okay.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a wrong question for me at this point.
So right now you owe me one thing.
I don't owe you anything.
You owe me stuff.
No, I don't owe you anything.
You're
You
not
are
gonna...
telling me to pick one of one amongst. No, nah.
Okay, you know what? Let me balance this thing for
Okay.
you. There's actually a way out.
Okay.
I'm going to give you another question.
Okay.
So you pick. Okay. Young Boss or Elvidal?
Now the thing is, let me tell you something. I've been more closer to Elvidal than Young Boss.
Okay.
There was a time me and Elvidal we are like this. We're very close, you understand? I've not really had that kind of closeness with Young Boss. But the only thing I want to tell you is something. If we start choosing people, it will bring division amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
What we are trying to do in the entertainment scene in Bayelsa State right now is to collaborate and strengthen ourselves.
Now, there's one thing about me. There's one thing about my show. Okay, you're not picking these persons because you have to like there's something. It's just the angle of it. So you have to go with one person. So you owe me two stops now. I'm gonna give you the last question. I'm gonna give you the last question right now. Okay. Then there's no preaching. No, there's no amount of preaching you preach to me because I'm actually okay. So let's go with the last question. Okay. Arite or Curious?
For you. Now this is the problem. If you are bringing Arite and another vocalist, I would have understood. Okay, since Arite is more close and maybe I may not know the other person, I'll pick Arite. Arite is my friend.
Okay.
You understand? I may not know the other person because we don't have much of the female singers here. Okay. But you cannot say I should pick one amongst these two persons. If I'm to pick, you will not see the other person in my project, brother.
Yo, what up, people? This man here actually owes me 3 stops right now. You're probably going to be going home naked. All right. So Rebirth of Greatness is exclusively on Audio Mac. Go put the numbers up, stream. I promise you, you're not going to waste your data. You're not going to waste your time. You're not going to waste your battery. If there is any form at all, I don't direct you, may go waste your battery. Tell me, I'll return your battery or your data for you. But trust me, he actually was able to couple a great body of work.
Yeah,
exclusively on Audio Max.
Yeah, the best body of work out right now from a rap artist. So you just go get it. You understand?
Ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name Kinglamar, and I'm hoping and I'm praying and I'm actually asking you people to go comment, like, and subscribe to the channel so I can update you about your favorite artists. Let's do it. Go put the numbers up. Rebirth of Greatness by the one and only Kelmoney. Thank you very much for showing up or for pulling up, for making sure you see this segment of the show. God bless you.